Hello, and thanks again for letting us join you wherever you are today. Always good to catch up, which isn't always easy in this one-sided conversation on YouTube. However, given it is the summer, some might be able to travel locally for a short while, or make a day trip to some socially distant hill or campsite or garden. If you do, why not send us a postcard, electronic or physical, with a wee message for us all? And even if you don't manage to go anywhere, a wee message anytime is always good. And I'll read some of them out each week here during our summer services. Passing on news or views or good wishes, or just saying hello. It's a word we need to use a lot more perhaps. So if you'd like to send us greetings by postcard or WhatsApp or email from your living room or wherever you are, then we'll deepen our diverse community in sharing those messages. I'm not talking just to those who are members in Newclepatrick Parish Church, but anyone listening. Mail at nkchurch.org.uk and we'll read out your postcards. Talking of postcards, I have one here. It's the picture of a boat on a beach, fishing nets by its side, and it simply says, "Went fishing today, caught lots, had barbecue fish for tea, and will have grilled fish for breakfast, cold fish and salad for lunch, smoked fish for tea tomorrow, and then the next day too." I wonder, can you tell me what story it is? Is it Jesus feeding the 5,000, Jesus calling the disciples, or Jesus on the beach? There are no points or prizes, I'm afraid, but you can buy yourself an ice cream if you've guessed that it was Jesus calling the disciples. But you can buy an ice cream for yourself anyway, at any time. I'm not going to tell anyone. We're going to gather round our imaginary beach now as we tell this story. Let's, however, not reenact the scenes from Bournemouth last week. I doubt the crowd was quite that large even for Jesus, but it was big enough to push Jesus into a boat where he met Simon Peter. And, well, the rest is gospel.
Jesus had been travelling quite a bit on his own. He had picked up the mantle of teacher and preacher, of healer and friend of sinners, and had moved from Nazareth to Capernaum in the north, down to the south again, and then back up north. He struck quite a lonely figure as he moved around the country preaching. He was back in the north of the country, standing on the edge of Lake Galilee, and his name, as he was discovering more often now, was going before him, because right before him was not the romantic lapping of waves, but another large crowd, eager to hear the word he spoke. As he began, he was pushed further and further towards the water. He noticed two boats. They had not long come in from fishing, and the fishers were cleaning their nets. He pushed his way towards them, and like iron filings to a magnet, the crowd swarmed with him. He clambered into the boat, unnoticed at first by the one who owned it. Simon, looking up at the crowds, noticed Jesus in his boat. "Hey," he called, and like a shot, clambered over the gunwales and asked what Jesus wanted. But before he received an answer, Jesus was teaching again, having pushed the boat a little way from shore. After some time, with the crowds now beginning to drift home, Jesus suggested to Simon, "Let's go out into deeper water and put your nets down for a catch." "Master, you don't do a lot of fishing, do you? We've been out all night and the fish aren't biting." Jesus looked at him as if that was the answer he was expecting. "But if you wish, let's do that. Why not? Nothing else doing today, nothing to sell and nothing to eat." So out they went, and Peter let down his nets. And he paused, and he looked at Jesus. The nets were filling up so full they were starting to pull the boat down. Simon shouted to shore for his partners to help, and both boats were soon overflowing with fish that sparkled with the cleanest of light that swam across Simon's face. It was then he had his first eureka moment, and not quite understanding the feeling or putting all the pieces in place, fell to his knees. "Don't be afraid," said Jesus. "This adventure is just beginning. Do you want to come and catch people?" Simon never answered the question, but he felt things shift as he realised what this meant. But they also shifted for Jesus, who after months of wandering on his own, had today caught his first disciples.
Let us pray. Holy God, loving God, may we find you at the end of things, between shoreline and sea line, that liminal place where things seem possible, where we look in one direction and see horizons of possibility, while behind us, that past we want to change. So take all that past, O God, and love it all back to you, where those things we want to let go, we can leave them here at this shoreline. And those things we need to carry, yet still hurt, you can redeem. And those longings that will shape our future, we can carry with us to further shores. Loving God, holy God, of all the edges in our lives, the crossing points, the liminal moments, the crises and decision times, may we hear your call to take up your invitation into life, towards each other, in your name, and for the sake of the community of love. Hear us, as together we pray. Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.